I didn't plan on any of this, but it kind of happened. So I was like, all right, this is what's happening. So how do we make the best of it? It's an opportunity. So I'm definitely going to take the best of it. I don't really like the 9 to 5 jobs anyway. So if I could get into, some sort of conservative media, that would be the plan, obviously. I mean, I'm not kissing your ass. Like, I'm just going to give an honest opinion of what I thought. And my opinion on the whole America First thing is obviously that's the direction we need to go. My critique is it's so fringe, it's so cliquey, it's so niche that you're excluding a lot of normal people. Anyone's club. I'm just saying exactly how I feel about it. So first of all, let's just start off there. So this account is posting pictures of my toddler around, putting my toddler in danger. Low blow. I'm not trying to hide anything. You little cowards hide behind your anonymous accounts and you expose pictures of my toddler so that the world can attack him. It's like the America First, they've got some good points. However, it was a weird vibe up there. Like, as a normal person who's not like part of this political sphere, I don't know about this, it was a weird vibe. They were almost allergic to women. It was kind of a weird, like, almost low-T vibe I got there. So yeah, I mean, I have the right to say that. They are kind of weird. That's just a fact. Like, if you don't want weirdos, representing your whole movement, maybe let some normal guys in.
I wasn't actually going to make another video on the racist TikTok trad wife. And I was actually going to make a video today about conservative influencers pushing raw milk onto people. But I think I'll save that for next week. And I already have my third video recorded for this week anyway. But yeah, I thought I'd talk about it because not that there's been a massive update, but she seems to be digging herself into an even bigger hole by directly calling out people in the America First movement. But this comes just after she met a bunch of them and even posted a Nick Fuentes speech talking about how great it was. And now she's directly coming after them for not being normal enough or something. And it just shows you, and I think shows a lot of conservative grifters now, you can't just like wade into this grift thinking conservative is like a catch-all term, especially when in the background what's been brewing for a long time is like the DeSantis versus Trump factions, which basically boils down to like far-right nationalist versus far-right neocon. And although they might agree on a whole host of issues, like what they think of trans people, what they think of gay people, what they think of immigrants, minority groups, all that good stuff, the main thing they disagree on is America's role in the world. And of course, as I've said in this channel, both sides are very anti-Semitic. There's just one side that are far more explicit about it to the point that they're not going to accept any people they think are Jews into their movement, and they oppose Israel simply because they hate Jews, right? And our racist TikTok trad wife, again, in my opinion, isn't too bright, because if I was her trying to be a grifter, I'd firmly pivot away from the far right, and I'd pivot more towards like the audience of the Daily Wire. But of course, when you're only famous for saying a racial slur, these conservatives are going to be less eager to pick you up. Like, I'm not saying Ben Shapiro couldn't get away with saying that, but Ben Shapiro also is not going to say that, is he? Most of the hosts at the Daily Wire are not going to say that. And I think she's put herself in between both these camps, because if you go on her Twitter feed, she's still tweeting like slurs all the time. And if you watch her TikToks, she's still just dropping slurs all the time. But at the same time, she's calling out the people who would actually like her for that. So, come on, grifters, get better. You're not getting anywhere with this grift if you just alienate all sides. So I just want to give like a quick update and look at 2 videos she's posted. She posted one on her Twitter, calling all these people out, basically. And then she went on Gavin McInnes's show. Didn't even know this guy was still a thing. And basically said the same stuff. Basically said, everyone in America First is a weirdo, not a normal person, and you should be more accepting of everyone or we're never going to win, which feels like just pure self-preservation on this part from her, not that she actually wants everyone to be accepted. So yeah, all of that coming up. Might be like a short video again. But yeah, check out my Patreon page if you want to support my work, and you can get access to videos early. Hopefully this one will be like a day early at least. And also get access to the Discord server. And like I shouted out in my last video about this, check out my new podcast with David Dole of the Rational National and Mike from the Humanist Report. And that is just purely about video games, and that is up on my second channel, the Kavernacle Extra, right now. So it stands to reason, at least most of you know who this person is. If you don't, basically this woman was making like tradwife content or just general conservative content, started dropping a few slurs in her videos, and then said the N-word while she was cooking something on TikTok. It exploded. She got fired from her job. Loads of liberals, criticizing her, hating on her, as they, should tell her it's wrong to say that. And then conservative media started boosting her. But as we discussed in my last video, and go check that out, basically conservative media started boosting her. But when she quickly found out that the conservatives are not the same conservatives that you could easily grift to like in the past, their brains are just firmly fried by Twitter. So, as I showed in the video, they started transvestigating her. They started talking about her child and posting pictures of her child who isn't white. And then they started pulling up old tweets about her having like an ex-Muslim Iranian boyfriend and saying shit about that as well. And finding old tweets where she supported Israel. So they're using all of that to basically say she is a psyop. And at the very least, we don't like her for a whole host of misogynistic, racist, and transphobic reasons. So firmly, the America First type people on Twitter have rejected her. But she actually went to these conferences in person. She met with actual like hardcore fascists and is posting with them, talking about how nice they are, while again just keeps posting slurs and really racist shit on Twitter. But then also she met the people, or the types of people who've been trolling her online, and she made a 7-minute video talking about this. I might stop this in the middle, but I'm going to play some of you it now and just talk about this, because she's complaining about the harassment she's been getting, and she's complaining about the safety of her child, which, of course, I understand how dangerous being a public figure can be, especially in regards to the safety of your children. Did this person maybe think to keep their child safe, they shouldn't become a conservative grifter who's only famous for saying like the worst racial slur? Like maybe, but let's have a look at this video.
So like this all blew up overnight, and I kind of got thrown into this whole scene. So I was like, okay, I better go up there and meet some people and talk to people, see the different opinions, and just learn. I'm just learning at this point. I'm like, I'm like one of the normies that's waking up. First we went to Turning Point. I thought Turning Point was kind of lame, to be honest. It was very low energy. We weren't there for that long anyway, but I mean, it was cool. Like, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. Everybody there was really sweet. We met a lot of solid people, like good working, hard-working American people. Anyway, we left there and then we went to AFPAC, and it got canceled and whatever. So a lot of people are mad at me because I'm kind of going hard. Like, they think I'm really like hating on the America First movement. I mean, I'm not kissing your ass. Like, I'm just going to give an honest opinion of what I thought. And my opinion on the whole America First thing is obviously that's the direction we need to go. But my critique is it's so fringe, it's so cliquey, it's so niche that you're excluding a lot of normal people. Most people don't know who Nick Fuentes is. Like, you've got a good message, so you just need to figure out how to get more people involved, and I think you have to do that by, you got to stop being so cliquey. Like, I mean, if you want to be a clique and you want to have your little frat, like, that's cool, but you're not really going to make any difference in the country in the long run, because it's fringe and it's a very, very small group of people.
So it's pretty clear this person hasn't studied how to be a conservative grifter 101, not least because they actually said they wanted to quit their 9-to-5 job to become like a conservative media personality. But also now, like I said, you've become famous for saying a racial slur, so you've already narrowed your horizons in the conservative grifter sphere. Then you're going to Turning Point, and you're going to like an America First thing, with all these fascists who actually would like you for doing this, and you're calling both of them out for being first boring and then for being a weird clique, but saying like you agree with their message. Now, like, does she agree with their message? I mean, it seems like based on her old Twitter account, she's just a pretty stereotypical conservative neocon that happens to like saying slurs. I don't know if she actually agrees with these policies anyway, but it's a good thing for grifting. But if you're going to grift in that direction, you can't then just be calling people out. And it's just so funny how she just doesn't understand what she's gotten herself in for. And I would have more sympathy if this person just didn't have a history of just being terrible. Like, as you saw in that video where she says the racial slur, that's not the only thing she talks about. She talks about immigrants fresh off the boat. She says loads of racist shit in the video before she gets to that. I think a lot of people miss that part. And then throughout all her videos, she's just so venomous and hostile and just says so much terrible shit, right? So it's hard to have sympathy for her, but she's really just gone in with a blindfold on into the lion's den, and she thinks this is going to end well. And she says, and let's say I believe her, she says, obviously, the harassment against her child is not okay. People posting pictures of her child is not okay. And we're going to look at that in a sec. But also, come on, you became famous for saying slurs. You made a whole video about how white people in America have to have more kids so America can stay white. And then you're getting mad when actual fascists find your child and post pictures of him to prove that you have a child that doesn't have pale skin, right? So you're putting your child in danger. If you care about your child, stop doing this, stop saying these things, and stop antagonizing like literally the most unhinged group of people on the internet. So I just want to show you a clip of her talking about this, and I'm just like, are you surprised this is happening? Did you think all these people would be perfectly nice, like very civil? You're not dealing, like I said in my other video, you're not dealing with the fake civility of like the 2010s conservatives. You're dealing with this new age of conservatism which doesn't give a shit about what it does.
I don't know if I should even do this. Probably people would tell me not to address this, but there is an account and I just want to call it out. I think it's called like AF movement or something. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I can't remember. But that's the account that like first exposed my child. So let's just address the first thing. What kind of sick motherfucker exposes somebody's child? What kind of sick, depraved, vile human being gets pictures of someone's child, someone's baby, and posts them on the internet so that all the wacko, crazy people out there can now try to come to my house, try to kidnap my child, try to hurt my child, try to send me threats that involve my child now? You say whatever you want about me. I don't even care about that. I've came in here not caring about, I'm not trying to kiss anyone's ass, I'm not trying to be in anyone's club, I'm just saying exactly how I feel about it, and you fuckers are mad about that. Because if this is one of these, quote, America First Groiper guys, bad fucking look, dude. Bad look. Like, what kind of a lowlife are you? You don't have the balls to come up to me. You little cowards hide behind your anonymous accounts and you expose pictures of my toddler so that the world can attack him. That's sick. That's depraved. Is that what you want? Oh, because I called you stupid? Because I called you autistic? Because you are! And if you want your damn movement to grow, how about you start letting in other normal people?
So in this video, she's dropping slurs again. Like, it's just like absolutely unbelievable because like, who are you kidding at this point? You're just ranting about how you hate the people who would actually like you dropping slurs like this. Like, it's just insane to me. Maybe that's just so in their vocabulary, they just can't turn it off ever if they get mad. But yeah, clearly you're mad about this. You're mad about the harassment. You're mad about the threats of safety to your child. And again, how can you not see? If you see all the comments of this, it's just loads and loads of people hating on you, saying terrible shit about you. And again, if you cared about your child above all else, you would probably think twice about staying on this path meeting actual fascists constantly and embedding yourself within this ecosystem, especially when you've already got a taste of what they will do to you. So once you've got this taste, you have people harassing your kid, posting pictures of your child online and actually harassing you. Most people would say, okay, you know, I wanted this conservative media career for saying the N-word, but my child's safety is more important. Why don't I just like disappear? Or why don't I stop engaging with these people? But she's just online, constantly tweeting, going on interviews at the moment, doing all this stuff. And it's only going to get worse. You think drawing more attention to yourself is going to make it better. And here's the thing, you're not going to be a successful media personality anyway. I can tell you that for free. So you're just putting your kid in danger and you're not getting the benefit. Are you so blinded by clout that you're going to sacrifice your kid for this? And of course, yes, someone who got famous for saying a racial slur and doubles down being even more racist, do I think they're probably like not a nice person? And maybe they might do other bad things, then yeah, sure. But at the same time, like I said, the lack of self-preservation here, or the lack of taking their safety into account, especially as like a woman going into this like insanely misogynistic movement as well, I just don't get, to be honest. And I just, you know, is the drive for clout really worth it, no matter like what side you're on? Now, she's actually been doing more interviews, and I saw this just before I came on. Like I said, I didn't know Gavin McInnes was a thing, but again, loads of people like just hating on her, and she's trying to be like an edgelord, saying like all the slurs again. I don't know who this is for at this point, but she does make a comment about the America First people, so I just want to play you that.
Liberals all hate you because you're popular and not ugly, and that's the worst for them. I think the worst thing you can be as far as censorship and attacks, most over the target, is attractive to young people. That's the DNC's nightmare. So that's when they really pull out the big guns. But now you're also getting attacked from and then the media normal right is mad you went to AFPAC and associated with Groypers. But now the Groypers are saying all kinds of shit about you. Like a picture with an Israeli flag, and they say you have a mixed kid. And what do you say to those accusations?
Well, I mean, okay, I don't care who it pisses off, and I've got the right to say it. When I went up there, like, there was a lot of cool dudes. They have awesome points. Like, the America First, they've got some good points. However, it was a weird vibe up there. Like, as a normal person who's not, like, part of this political sphere, I don't know about this, it was a weird vibe. They were almost allergic to women. It was kind of a weird, like, almost low-T vibe I got there. So, yeah, I mean, I have the right to say that. They are kind of weird. That's just a fact. Like, if you don't want weirdos, you know, representing your whole movement, maybe let some normal guys in. But yeah, I can appreciate a solid critique of them. Those guys, they've never been in a fight. Like, those guys were very, you know, like posh, perfect little dudes. And they need some guys in there that's more, you know, rough and tumble, that's a little bit more cool. Like, they need some help. I mean, I don't really give a fuck because I'm not part of the group, which I don't get why they care what I think. I mean, I'm not trying to join your club. I think it's...
Are you cancelable?
I mean, they already got me fired, so they've already doxed my address and whatever. You know, I mean, I got guns. I've like know how to shoot. I'm actually a pretty good shot, believe it or not. I've got like cops and stuff, so I'm not too worried about it. And you know, it is what it is. Like, cancel me, I don't care.
I mean, the thing is, out of everything she's ever said, she's not wrong in talking about like all these like far right dudes basically being like allergic to women and incels. Like, she's right there. Never being in a fight. I mean, wouldn't say that is like something to be proud of, but yeah, like, you know, the types of people this movement typically appeals to, and it's people who have issues, really. It's people who have low self-esteem. It's people who are just looking often for community, and they find it on these like online message boards or these communities. Because when you see documentaries of this type, I remember the Louis Theroux documentary about Nick Fuentes. It's just crazy how pathetic most of these people are, and how you can just link that with their politics and just like what they do generally online. It's just like so transparent. At the same time, she's saying all this stuff, and like I said, if you care about the safety of a child, she talks later about having guns and stuff. I would just say, don't do this. Like, yeah, it's funny for us to watch because it's the right wing fighting each other. But like, it seems like she's just in over her head at this point because she thinks, you know, I am a normal conservative. I used to support Israel, support Donald Trump, support all this, you know, typical neocon stuff. I say the N word, which most of them probably do in private, but I'm the one who's recorded myself saying it. So now I've been boosted into this far right movement, and I think I can go in and just act like, you know, I am a normal person. I'm not actually that much into politics. I'm not into this like far right stuff. And I'm going to tell you, far right, that you're allergic to women and you're all little prayer boys who've never been into a fight, right? It's not going to go well for you in any sense of the word because, like, the grifting won't work now. Your grifting career is dead because you've already boxed yourself in with a racial slur, and now you're saying this about, like, most of the people who would be your fans, to be honest. And, like, what? You do, like, some Gavin McInnes shows or something like that. So if she does have some sort of media career, it will literally just be because, like, one person at like the Blaze or whatever this is takes a liking to her. But I honestly don't think she's longed for a career in conservative media, and she just thought they would tolerate her, and she thinks they're going to tolerate this as well. Like, she thinks they're going to tolerate her. You know, she says she doesn't care. I'm speaking my mind. Blah blah blah. She thinks people are going to respect that, and I know conservatives pretend they love free speech. They won't do this because even Ben Shapiro doesn't criticize America First that much. And even Ben Shapiro, after actually being harassed by Nick Fuentes, has defended Nick Fuentes because these people know, as people who primarily only care about money, they know you can't start just saying loads of shit about other conservatives. So yeah, that is the tragedy of the racist TikTok tradwife. This will probably be the last time I cover this person, unless they do something like, I mean, like, what else could they do to make a video on? They've already covered all the bases. So the next video will be about the milk thing instead, and then I'm going to gear up for UK election coverage, make a couple videos on that. I know people have been asking about it. And that is it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and if you made it this far, thank you for watching.